Welcome back to Deadly Clues, the channel where we uncover the darkest corner of true crime. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification because we have stories that will leave you questioning everything. Today's case is one that will make you rethink trust, friendship, and the length someone might go to when jealousy and resentment take hold. We are talking about the infamous Clear Lake murders and the story of Christine Paolilla, a story of betrayal, addiction, and crime that shook an entire community to its core. But what led to these brutal killings? Was it a tragic combination of circumstances, or was there something more sinister to play? Stay tuned to find out. Christine Paolilla's life was far away from ordinary. Born in 1986 in Long Island, New York, she endured unimaginable hardship from very young age. At only 2 years old, her father tragically passed away in construction accident, leaving her mother to raise her and her brother alone. But things didn't get better. Her mother soon fell into the grips of drug addiction. Christine and her brother were eventually sent to live with their grandparents, a move that, while meant to offer stability, was another chapter in her troubled story. She was diagnosed with alopecia at a young age, and her hair fell out, so did her confidence. With the aid of wings, she tried to fit in, but her classmates bullied her relentlessly. Life wasn't kind, but Christine, ever the fighter, would soon find solace in an unlikely place. Enter Clear Lake High School. Christine fresh start. It was here, in the hall of suburban school, that Christine met two girls who would change her life, Tiffany Rowell and Rachael Koloroutis. Popular, confident, and with heart of gold, took Christine under their wing. They helped her transform from the outcast into someone she could barely recognize. She was no longer the bullied girl. She was the girl everyone knew, voted Miss Irresistible by her peers. But as Christine's popularity grew, so did the cracks in her seemingly perfect life. She started to distance herself from those who had helped her, and in their place, she found a new companion, Christopher Snider. Christopher Snider was no Prince Charming. At 21, he was much older than Christine, and their relationship quickly spiraled into something unhealthy. Drug use, secrecy, and violence soon consumed their world. They become inseparable. It was a dangerous, toxic bond, one that would soon lead them down a dark, irreversible path. As Christine and Christopher dove deep into their addictions, something changed within her. Her old friends, Tiffany and Rachael, noticed the shift. Christine was no longer the person they once knew. She became possessive, angry, and disconnected. The bond they shared began to fray, and deep, dangerous jealousy began to take a root. On the night of July 18, 2003, in Clear Lake City, the unimaginable happened. Tiffany Rowell, Rachael Koloroutis, Marcus Precella, and Adelbert Sanchez was found shot to death in Tiffany's home. The scene was chaotic, brutal, and far too graphic for words. Over 40 gunshots were fired at the victims. Once full of life, were left in a pool of blood, their life cut short in the way they seemed both calculated and senseless. The investigators had no leads for years. The community was rattled, but the case went cold. No one knew who could have committed such a senseless, brutal act. But as time passed, strange clues began to surface. In 2006, everything changed. A startling revelation come to light. Christine Paolilla's husband came forward with chilling confession. He claimed that Christine had told him everything. The pieces began to fall into place. Christine was interrogated, and at first she denied any involvement, but as detectives dug deep, they connected her to the crime. Evidence pointed to her, and Christopher Snider became present that night. But here's where the case took another dark turn. Christopher, fearing he was about to be caught, took his own life. Christine was arrested shortly after in a hotel in San Antonio, where she was living a life of despair surrounded by heroin needles and remained of broken past. And that's when Christine's confessions came, slowly at first, but eventually she admitted to being there. She admitted her involvement in the murder. In 2008, Christine stood trial for the murder of her 4 friends. Prosecutors paint a grim picture. Christine had been consumed by jealousy, rage, and addiction. Her defense tried to argue that she had been manipulated by Christopher Snider, but the jury wasn't buying it. After a week of testimony, Christine was found guilty of capital murder and sentenced to life in prison without a possibility of parole. She appealed, but her conviction was upheld. Today, Christine Paolilla remains in prison at the Christina Melton Train Unit in Gatesville, Texas. So what went wrong? Was it drugs, the toxic relationship with Christopher, or perhaps the year of pain and neglect that shaped her into someone capable of betraying her friends in the most horrific way possible? The Clear Lake murder leaves us with so many questions, and the truth is still haunting. 4 young lives ended soon, and young women now spend the rest of life behind bars for a crime that could have prevented. But the reality is, we will never truly know what was going through Christine's mind that night. If you found this story as disturbing and mind-boggling as I did, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more true crime cases. We just getting started here at Deadly Clues. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and always keep searching for the truth.